Next one. So this is Dr. Marion. Dr. Marion is a psychologist. She's a therapist, and she integrates talk therapies with somatic tools for her clients. So, what the main problem that Dr. Marion had is that people would turn up for consultancy calls, for discovery calls, not really understanding how she could help, not really knowing what she did. So she would get on those calls and she'd have to kind of explain what somatic therapy was, like from scratch. And so she said it was a bit, she called it, what did she call it? It was almost like disheartening, like a bit like, oh, okay, because you're just there, you're like, okay, let's, like, I'm ready. And then they're like, so what do you even do? And it's like, oh man, they're not gonna, are they gonna convert? Like, they don't really know, I have to educate them first. So what she did was she made her AI a requirement for people who booked discovery calls, a requirement, you have to talk to it. So the actual outcome, before I show you the process, is that her conversion rates are now at 50%. She said her consultations no longer feel like sales conversations, and she's had a noticeable drop in no-shows. So now that people have spoken to her AI before they actually get on a call with her, they're not cancelling. And it's because she requires them to chat with her AI before a discovery call. So this is how her process works. So emotional fatigue, that's what she called it, disheartening, emotional fatigue. People were kind of not that pumped about getting on clients because of how much work it was to like educate someone beforehand. So they have their AI embedded on the website for all leads. It's also built into all their calls to action across social media posts and emails. And if you remember in Coachvox on the client screen, you can see what people have said to your AI. So they know straight away who is coachable. They know what people are struggling with. They know how they can help people. She actually called it leads pre-qualifying themselves because they're like, so how can you help me? So tell me about this. And the AI walks them through the process. So specifically her AI, she set it up to help people make sense of their symptoms, support them if they're ready to commit to therapy, and then kind of bridge the gap. So their AI helps people now in the moment, but it would also say like, let's see if we can work together. Like here's how you book a call. Here's how we work closer. So the main difference was that she found that when people then joined the discovery calls, the conversation was more like, okay, like how do we start? Like let's go. They were just more ready because they'd had that conversation. And if you think because you've got the knowledge of what people have said to your AI, you could almost gauge how much people did like pre-qualify themselves beforehand, and then if they perhaps hadn't, then there could be something else that you send them, or you could kind of encourage them to have a second conversation with your AI. So that one's Dr. Marion, and I feel like this one's especially interesting because this is a sensitive area. Like this is therapy. This is like she's a psychologist. So it's I think it's really interesting to see that it can be used very effectively even in these kind of topics. So this is a kind of qualify your leads, how to qualify your leads example. Dex said, love the pre-qualification AI idea. We'll try that myself. Yeah, for sure. Because the more people are just familiar with you, I think familiarity is a real big key here.